Everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, yes, let's get into this reading. I have a lot to talk to you about it. Anyways, I hope you're doing well and happy Thursday, right? Today in central New York, it is very cold out. It's like 45 degrees. Okay. I feel like it's been 45 degrees forever. I mean, come on, it's only May, right? Anyways, let's get into this reading, okay? Maybe if you live in a warmer state, you can send some sunshine to me. I would really, really appreciate it. Anyways, let's get into this reading. Okay, so the first card out is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. And this card speaks to me so much. Okay, so it says, be bold and curious. Be eager to explore the world around you and learn new things. Yeah, be bold and curious. What does the Bible say? We should be bold and curious and come at each day like a child, right? Who's discovering what we can do, right? You know, my neighbor lives below me and they have a little girl. She just turned 1. And whenever I see her, gosh, she hasn't grown at all. She's still very, very tiny. Anyways, um, she's really, really beautiful. And she's discovering her hands and whatnot, and what she can hold, right? And that got me thinking with this card when it came out, the Page of Swords. The page is someone who's at the very beginning of something. Like maybe you're at work and you're learning a new computer program, right? You're taking baby steps. You're taking your notes and you're following your notes to the T, right? You know, step one, I do this. Step two, I do this. All the way down to whatever your notes were, correct? So the page is new ideas and perspectives, and what are you exploring? I feel like if we were to wake up every single day in our lives, right, and instead of taking our waking up for granted, be like, oh wow, I woke up today. How awesome is that? Thank you, God. And it's just like, uh, we're exploring our curiosity, right? Like even just how we move our hands, right? We have control just like that. I needed to move my glasses up. How did I do that, right? Did I say to myself in my head, I need my glasses moved up, so I went and did that, right? But, we have control over our hands correctly, right? Correct. So we have control over our hands. We also have control over our mind, right? And we have control over our heart. Isn't that correct? Yeah. So we have control over our mind and our heart. So whoever you are out there as a page, right, is just starting out, whatever you're starting out, like I said, a new job, a new computer program, maybe you're learning to be a receptionist, I don't know, and they want you to do it, like say, hello, this is Scotch Bright, and my name's Julie. How can I help you today? Whatever they want you to do, right? You're learning, right? You're learning that, and it's new to you, right? And you're picking it up with your intellect, right? And you're communicating. Yes, I can do this, or maybe I need to um, do it a little bit different, tweak it a little bit different so it suits me, right? Because even though I want to say, we're all individuals, right? We all do something different, and probably even a lot of things different, right? So you're exploring whatever this page means for you, right? You're exploring it, whether it's in your personal life or your professional life. I mean, maybe you're dating someone new, right? Or maybe you're going to get married and you've never been married before, right? So it's an exploration, right? Maybe you're asking all your girlfriends who are married, what's it like to be married, right? How should I go into this, right? And the next card you got was the Eight of Wands. Lots and lots of communication coming in for you, whether it's professional, your boss talking to you, your coworkers, a family member talking to you. What opportunities are coming your way? Something major is coming your way. Eight is all about abundance, right? So something major is coming your way. It's a movement in action, a rapid change in your life. A rapid change in your life. Travel and communication. Well, yes, whenever we go anywhere, even to the store, we're traveling, right? It doesn't have to be long distance travel, it can be just traveling. And a lot of communication. The universe is sending you a message. Act now and act fast. Right? The early bird gets the worm. Isn't that correct? Act now and act fast. Like if you get a message from, if it's a new job or whatnot, get right on it. Yes, hi, I'm here. I'm interested in working for you. I would like to spend my energy at your store or at your business, right? And here's what I can provide, right? And the last card in tarot today that you got is the Death card. I love this card. The Death card, it's Scorpio. And I know it's Scorpio because it has Scorpio's birth dates. Okay? So what endings are necessary for new beginnings? There's always a new beginning when there's an ending, right? And you're always transformation. You're always transforming into something else. Like just say, okay, say like if you watch my videos and I was just, when this other video I just did was uploading, I was looking at my other video that I did in March and I was like, wow, I went through such a transformation from March to May. I look so different. You know, I mean, I could tell you why I look different if you want to know. But like I had a rebirth, right, within myself. I discovered that this was my death, and I can give you my experience, and so maybe you'll relate to it in some way, okay? My death was in my new beginning for myself was that I discovered I was allergic to a lot of things, a lot of foods I was eating, and it was giving me a lot of inflammation in my body. And so I also, so what I did was I stopped eating. It'd be easier just to tell you what I eat now. I eat fruits and vegetables and beef and chicken and cottage cheese and yogurt, and that's it. And yes, I make smoothies, plant-based um, protein smoothies, right? And I eat eggs. Um, I do not eat anything fermented because I was drinking kombucha, right? And that was going into my stomach, in my gut, and just bubbling and bubbling, right? And then I would eat pickles, and those are fermented with vinegar, right? And that was just wreaking havoc in my body and giving me a lot of inflammation. And then I would eat maybe a candy bar and all the sugar, and it was just way too much. And I found out that I was allergic to flour, so I don't eat anything like that. I don't eat sugar anymore. The only sugar I eat is 85% um, chocolate bars, okay, which is like 1% of sugar. I eat, fruits that have natural sugar in them, yes. And that's it. And it's like night and day. Like night and day how I feel. I just can't even explain to you. I'm losing inches and the inflammation is leaving my body because I discovered within myself this death and rebirth that I had within myself, and maybe you're going through the same thing. When I cut out all the foods and the drinks that were, bothering my body, right, giving me inflammation and bothering me and adding weight, you know, to me, right, I discovered that I really wanted this new beginning. I didn't want to go through my 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s and hundreds um, wondering what was wrong with me, right? And I'm a person that um, never been on medication. I don't do that. I never maintained a medication. I don't have prescriptions. I don't do anything like that. I just listen to my body, right? And when my body was telling me something's not working, and then I did some research and I was like, oh gosh, I should stop that. And yeah, so now I've stopped it. And I just want to say I eat clean, I eat whole foods. And I know I've tried it before in the past, but not to this, I want to say, not to this extent of cutting out, you know, I don't eat ketchup, mayonnaise, or mustard because there's vinegar in it and sugar. I don't eat, like, I used to love Bush's beans. I don't eat them anymore because they're loaded with sugar. Do you know what I mean? Just stuff like that. I don't eat anything processed. Absolutely nothing. There is nothing. There's just nothing in my kitchen that is processed anymore. And that is such a gift, right? That was my rebirth. And I hope you get that. And, you don't have to understand my rebirth, but are you going through a rebirth yourself also? Is it something that you're eating that is bothering you, and giving you inflammation in your body? And, I want to say if it is, just know that inflammation, it takes days and weeks to leave you. It really does. Every day I woke up and I would look at my legs and I'd be like, well, it's leaving me a little bit at a time because, like when I tried it in the past, I would be like, okay, I'm not going to eat bread at all. Any kind of, bread, cakes, pies, cookies, none of that. I'm not going to eat that. But then I would eat a candy bar and not realizing that well, I knew I was still adding sugar into my body. I thought I needed it, but no, your body really doesn't, right? Your body does not need that type of sugar. What it needs is just fruits and vegetables, natural sugar that comes from earth, right? That is, comes from your garden. That's all the sugar your body needs, right? So when I realized that, um, and then also cut out anything that was fermented. And then it was just like a no brainer for me. So that was my death and rebirth. So I wonder what your death and rebirth is, right? It could be something like that. It could be something that you're eating that's bothering you. It could be, whatever you're transforming for yourself, right? What is that for you? I would like to know. And if you want to drop it in the comments, that would be great. And so the next card we got was Archangel Orion, manifestation vortex. Focus your energy with unwavering faith to manifest the outcome you require, right? Yeah. You have to focus with unwavering faith if you want to have an outcome that you desire, right? And the outcome that you require. Like I require myself to not eat anything sugary. I mean, the only thing sugary I have is extra peppermint gum, you know, and I'll chew that if I'm looking for some kind of sugar. Like I used to eat pickles, but now I'm not eating pickles anymore, and that is fine. But I am eating cucumbers. You know what I mean? I'm still eating cucumbers, just not pickled. And wow, what a difference! What a huge difference um, in my life, in the way I look, in the way I feel. I just a ton more energy, just so much energy. And, that was all the inflammation that I was consuming, thinking that I was, living a great life, and I was healthy. Um, I was to an extent, but not as much as I am now. So that's pretty awesome. So if you are in your manifestation vortex, right, focus your energy with unwavering faith. And, oh, awesome. Yeah, with unwavering faith, you have to train your willpower, right? You do. It's like I feel like my willpower is like a muscle, right? And you have to train it. You might have tried, I mean, I want to say in my past, I've been a vegan many times. Easy for me not to eat meat or anything like that. And a lot of times I've been a vegetarian. Very easy for me to do that. So when I came to this point in my life where I'm cutting out so much all processed foods from my diet and just eating whole foods and a certain, dairy stuff, that's it. Um, my willpower is so, huge at this point in my life, right? All I had to do was say to myself, all right, I'm cutting this out. And just like that, I cut it right out. And I mean, it's been weeks now. And I have no cravings, absolutely none, no cravings whatsoever. So if you do have cravings, if this is what you're going through also at some point, right, in some level, if you do have cravings, just know that, you know what, they're gonna go away. But you have to practice. It's like a muscle, okay? So this card came out. Dream home. When you are living your best life every day, your dream home is your actual home, right? Isn't that so true? When you're living your best life every day, your dream home is your actual home. Yeah. You don't you don't need a dream home. You don't need to say, "Oh, I like where I am right now, but if I had a dream home, I'd be happier." Well, maybe, but you really need to be happy where you are right now in the present moment, right? Because honestly, that's the only way that new things can come into your life is if you're happy right now, okay? With whatever it is. You have to be happy with whatever your circumstances are right now in order for you to move on to bigger and better things for yourself, right? And the next card is healer. You are able to provide great comfort and support to those who are on a healing journey, whether their pain is physical, emotional, or spiritual. Yeah, I am a healer. I healed myself. And whether you take one iota thing that I am saying to you or all of it, and if it helps you out, yay, thank you. I'm really, really happy for you. You know, I had this card last reading. Happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Yes, 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 yes. When you're happy, you're on the right path. God is always happy, always. And when we're not happy, just know that you're off your path, okay? So if you can train your mind and your heart to think, okay, I'm happy. Things might come around in my life. There might be a bump here and a bump there, but you know what? I'm still happy because I know I can get through that, whatever it is, right? It's not going to take away from my happiness that I feel within myself, right? And that I feel towards the world, right? It doesn't matter what's going on around me, because I control the happiness within myself, right? That's what I want you to take away, that you control the happiness within yourself. It doesn't matter what the circumstances, it doesn't matter what you're going through, it doesn't matter anything. You control the happiness in your life, you're golden. I mean, seriously, you are golden. And the next card we have is hope. As I journey through life, I hold on to my faith in God. Divine love guides and protects me in every situation. No matter the challenges, I trust in my true nature. Today, I welcome life with the belief that light always returns and endless possibilities await. Yeah, hope is lovely, isn't it? When you're in you know, if you're in a dark tunnel or whatnot trying to get out, always look to the light because that light is hope. That's what the light represents. Hope, right? Hope that all things will turn out the way that you want them to, and they will. You just have to have faith, right, within yourself and faith in God that all things are going to turn out for you. And your affirmation is, It's easy for me to honor my personal boundaries and respect the boundaries of others. Yeah, it is easy, isn't it? It's something that you have to practice, right? But it's easy to honor your personal boundaries and respect the boundaries of others. So, like if you want to do something with someone and someone says no, they don't want to, that's their personal boundary and you must respect it, right? And it doesn't matter if that person lets you in or doesn't. That's their personal boundary. You respect it because you're respecting yourself, right? You don't want to be some, uh, what do I want to say, blowhold of a person who bullies their way into someone else's life because what's that going to get you, right? Nowhere. Nowhere fast. That other person is going to shut right down and you're going to get nothing out of them, right? So why would you want to do that? You know? So it's easy for you to honor your personal boundaries and respect the boundaries of others. That's very important, right? So that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Shared a lot about myself and hopes that, whatever you're going through, I'm here for you. You can reach out to me and talk and, whatever um, death and rebirth you're going through, just make it a positive one, right? And yeah, I wish you guys all the best. Happy Thursday, and I love you guys. Oh, did I tell you? I also made a GoFundMe for myself the other day because I need a vehicle so that I can go to, the grocery store, go to the library, or go to my work, right? So I'm asking for a car, and I think the amount is 3,500. So I'm going to leave the link in the description box. And if you find yourself with an extra few bucks you can float my way, I would really, really appreciate it. And when I get the vehicle, I will post here on on Facebook also, but on YouTube what vehicle I did get. I'm looking for a Chevy Equinox, and I just, yeah, really like those cars. So that's what I'm looking for, and I'm hoping that I will get it soon. Okay, so thank you so much, and I love you guys, and have a wonderful day.